We also provide the following summary. For Sara Duterte Carpio, number of CTRs 313, number of STR 17, total amount involved 3,772,760,972 pesos and 48 centavos. Total amount of inflow 1,832,539,360 pesos and 45 centavos. Total amount of outflow 1,211,365,529 pesos and 75 centavos. For Manasseh Carpio, number of CTRs 317, number of STRs 16, total amount involved 2,998,466,740 and 47 centavos. Total amount of inflow 2,592,904 2,592,904,434 pesos and 24 centavos. Total amount of outflow 343,315,781 pesos and 7 centavos. Total for both 630 number of CTRs 630, number of STRs 33, total amount involved 6,721,227,712.95 and 95 centavos. Total amount of inflow 4,425,443,794 and 69 centavos. Total amount of outflow 1,554,681,310 and 82 centavos. There are undetermined inflow or outflow transactions based on our system, but we see transaction movement, so we categorize it as undetermined. So that is 791,102,607 and 44 centavos.
Just for the record, ED, are the figures accurate? Yes or no?
As of we submitted today, yes.
Are
Based
they
on our
accurate?
record. Based on our records, yes.
You're saying yes.
Based on the records,
That's
yes.
for the record.
Madam Chair, wala po yan sa salin.
Honorable Sua, do you want to be recognized?
Sinasabi ko lang po, di wow.
Kanina po nasabi niya, covered transaction reports and suspicious transaction reports. Pag sinabi po pang covered, nasabi niyong may basihan. Tama po ba o mali?
Tama po. Ito po yung lahat ng transaction kapag nireport ng bangko, kailangan lagpas 500,000 pesos.
At pag sinabing covered, Madam Chair, ang ibig po ba sabihin nun ay tiningnan nyo pero merong basihan or justifiable na legal ang transaksyon na ito? Tama po ba o hindi? Covered transaction reports.
Sa report lang po ng bangko sa amin, hindi pa po namin ma-determine at that point.
Okay. When we say suspicious transaction reports, ano po ba, Madam Chair, ang pagkakaiba ng covered transaction reports vis-a-vis suspicious transaction reports?
So, unang-una po, yung suspicious transaction reports, wala po siyang halaga. It can be below 500,000, maaari pong 10,000, 20, 30, 50. Maaari din pong sobrang laki na lumagpas din ng 500,000. Pero ang pinagkaiba po niya sa suspicious transaction, ang tinitingnan po natin or ng covered person or ng bangko na nagre-report, meron bang mga kahinahinala na mga transaction or galaw doon sa kanyang galaw nung kliyente niya. So kasama na po dito yung mga nabanggit ko kanina na enumeration na nabanggit po kanina nung nagtanong po. Pero nagbigay rin po ako ng halimbawa na medyo madali masundan. Halimbawa nga po yung kung meron pumasok o lumabas na pera pero walang malinaw na basihan or pinanggalingan or pundasyon kung bakit meron kang ganitong transaksyon.
Yeah. If the Secretariat is not yet ready, Madam Chair, may I proceed to my next clarificatory question? Nakasaad kanina sa cover letter nyo ang sinabi nyong financial intelligence reports. Can the Honorable Representative from AMLAC define what a financial intelligence report means?
Ang Financial Intelligence Report po ay isang report na ginagawa ng aming mga analyst na kinukuha nila ang mga transactions na na-report sa amin, tinitignan, ina-analyze, meron bang patterns, meron bang galaw na kakaiba, o normal lang ba ito? So, meron po silang mga points of analysis. So, they will prepare this financial investigation report based solely on the reports provided and reported to us by the covered persons like banks.
And these are included in the documents that you have submitted, sir?
Tama
Madam Chair.
po. Meron po kaming naisubmit po.
So, Madam Chair, maybe the Secretariat is already ready?
May we know if the Secretariat is ready to flash the summary of transactions? COMSEC? Not yet ready? Would you like to proceed, Honorable DS Garin? They're
Let
still
me
scanning.
proceed. Kasi nga, hinihintay nga natin yung mga kopya. Kapag sinabing financial intelligence reports, makikita ba natin dito o nakasaad ba dito yung bakit pinagdududahan ng AMLAC yung transaction na ito?
Meron na pong konting analysis po yon. So, maaari pong may...
Yeah, Madam Chair, let me repeat my question. Yung tanong ko po, nakasaad po ba doon sa financial intelligence report kung
Apo.
bakit pinagdududahan ng AMLAC ang transaksyon na ito?
Apo, meron po.
Yeah. Although not directly related, Madam Chair, but in the exercise of their function, may I inquire from AMLAC, ano po ba usually ang mga kausa or the causes kapag kayo ay nagdududa? These are transactions related to what, Madam Chair?
Una-una po is kapag itong transaction na to ay may kinalaman sa mga predicate crimes o yung mga krimen na nakasaad sa AMLA.
Pwede po ba nating himayin, Madam Chair, ano po ba ang sinasabing predicate crime? Magbigay po tayo ng halimbawa.
Sa batas po, may sa Anti-Money Laundering Act, may nakalagay na mga krimen na pinanggagalingan nitong mga proceeds ng mga illegal na activity. At ilan po sa mga predicate crimes na meron tayo ay bribery, corruption, fraud, drugs, kidnapping for ransom, plunder, robbery, extortion, huweteng, masyaw, violation of tax crime.
Income, kunyari, income galing sa negosyo, yan po ba covered ng suspicious or covered transaction o hindi?
Kapag po lumagpas ng 500,000 yung isang transaksyon, ire-report po yun as covered transaction.
Pero tinitingnan nyo kung siya ba napasok bilang income sa mga negosyo na nakasaad.
Ang bangko po yung unang nakakakita nun dahil sila po yung may kliyente doon sa individual na yon at yung bangko po yung nagre-report sa amin.
And in other words, again, is the Secretariat ready or not yet?
They are ready.
Okay, I submit, Madam Chair.